Fury out alertly along the inside with Streak and Billy. Ronnie Almahurst came away third. Getting off fourth as they look for position into that first turn goes Meadow Connors with Freedom Reigns, and around the turn they go. The early leader is Gem Fury, hung on the outside. Second is Ronnie Almahurst, Streak and Billy in third. Racing fourth as they go to the quarter-mile pole now. That's Meadow Connors, the quarter 28 4/5. The leader is Ronnie Almahurst, racing in second as they go into the 3/8 mark. Gem Fury racing in third position of the club turn. Streak and Billy, and now Gem Fury regains command. Ronnie Almahurst second, racing in third position round the turn. Streak and Billy in fourth. Meadow Connors racing fifth as they go to the half-mile pole on the outside. Freedom Reigns racing along the rail. Sixth, Lingen Hook. Adona Dad is seventh, racing in eighth on the inside. Strike Alert, the trailer. Raven Ability. The leader, Gem Fury, a length. Ronnie Almahurst right there, second on the outside. Third, under urging, Meadow Connors. Racing in fourth to the three-quarter-mile pole. Streak and Billy racing in fifth to the three-quarter-mile mark. That's Freedom Reigns off the three-quarters, 1:30 2/5. The leader is Gem Fury on the outside. Meadow Connors second. Ronnie Almahurst looks for racing room. Third, they're in the lane. Gem Fury, the leader, on the outside, closing ground. Second now, that's Freedom Reigns. It's Gem Fury. Freedom Reigns is closing on the outside. That's Freedom Reigns on the outside, getting up. Gem Fury second. Streak and Billy third. They're off. That's S. Kraut for the early lead, coming away along the inside into the turn. Irene's Pretty Boy down along the rail, moving up third. That's French Rush on the outside, fourth as they swing over to the quarter-mile pole. Goes Wellwood Strikes, and now S. Kraut moves up on the outside to get the early lead, racing in second position. Irene's Pretty Boy in third as they go by the quarter-mile post. That's French Rush, the quarter, 29 seconds. The leader on the outside is S. Kraut, but holding the rail. Irene's Pretty Boy. They go into the half-mile mark. Hung on the outside is S. Kraut along the rail. Irene's Pretty Boy racing in third. That's French Rush racing in fourth. Wellwood Strikes up on the outside. Countryside to be fifth, racing in sixth. Provisions to win in seventh after a half mile. Rorty's Revenge on the outside, three deep there is Magic Wolf. Trailing the field as they go to the three-quarters, Radio DJ. Into the three-quarters, Irene's Pretty Boy, the leader, moving three wide with the rush to the three-quarter-mile pole. Goes Magic Wolf. They go into the three-quarters on the front end. The leader, Irene's Pretty Boy. Magic Wolf racing second and third round the turn. That's French Rush down along the rail fourth. Wellwood Strikes. They turn for home. Irene's Pretty Boy leads, racing in second. French Rush. Irene's Pretty Boy's under heavy urging on the outside. French Rush is closing ground. Irene's Pretty Boy, the leader. French Rush is second. Wellwood Strikes third. It's Irene's Pretty Boy, French Rush, and Wellwood Strikes. They're off. That's Peter Lynn for the early lead. Down along the inside, Rich Tree came away well, driving up on the outside for position. Lyndon Charles, who tucks in third. Racing in fourth round the turn goes Mr. Gimbal. Mom's Predictor is fifth. Racing in sixth position to the quarter-mile juncture. Flying Frankie, Baby Brandon, seventh. Shannon Dynamite and Ivory Gate off the quarter, 28 2/5. They move in for the 3/8. The leader is Peter Lynn. Racing in second as they go to the club turn. That's Rich Tree in third position by the stands the first time. Comes Lyndon Charles up on the outside. Fourth, Mom's Predictor along the rail. Fifth to the half-mile juncture. Mr. Gimbal on the outside. Sixth. Flying Frankie moving up seventh to the half-mile. Baby Brandon. They go off the half-mile pole, 59 2/5. On the front end, the leader is Peter Lynn. Rich Tree is second on the outside. Mom's Predictor gains ground third. Racing in fourth to the three-quarter-mile mark. Lyndon Charles on the outside, fifth. That's Flying Frankie, final 3/8 of a mile. Peter Lynn's had the best of it, still does a length. Down along the rail, racing in second position, Rich Tree, 3/4, 129 2/5. They turn for home. On the front end, the leader by a length is Peter Lynn, driving out of second now. Rich Tree on the outside, Mom's Predictor third. Peter Lynn's on the inside between horses. Rich Tree, Mom's Predictor comes on third. That's Rich Tree, Mom's Predictor second, and Peter Lynn third. They're off. That's Center Savvy for the early lead. Along the rail coming away second was Kevin's Goal. In third, Gold Nugget. And around the turn they go. The early leader is Kevin's Goal. Racing in second position, Gold Nugget. Dropping in third, Center Savvy. Duo Golden Nugget is fourth. Racing in fifth, Steve's Rorty. They head off the quarter-mile. Kevin's Goal shows the way. The quarter, 30 seconds. Racing in second to the 3/8 mark goes Gold Nugget up on the outside to be third now. That's Duo Golden Nugget. Racing in fourth to the clubhouse turn goes Center Savvy on the outside, fifth. Steve's Rorty. Into the half-mile they go. The leader, Kevin's Goal, on the outside. Duo Golden Nugget along the rail. Gold Nugget racing fourth. That's Steve's Rorty. Center Savvy is fifth. The half-mile mark, 1 4/5. Kevin's Goal on the inside. On the outside, the challenger. Second under pressure, Duo Golden Nugget. Racing in third to the three-quarter-mile pole. Gold Nugget. In fourth on the mid-back stretch, that's Steve's Rorty. Center Savvy racing fifth. In sixth as they go to the three-quarters comes Noble War Dance. Mr. Chi-Town is seventh, trailing the field after 3/4 of a mile. Wellwood Viking, they turn for home. Kevin's Goal regains the lead, racing in second in the lane. On the outside is Duo Golden Nugget. The leader is Kevin's Goal. Duo Golden Nugget will have another go. Closing ground, Mr. Chi-Town. It's Mr. Chi-Town quickly to get the lead. Duo Golden Nugget close for third. They're off. Out in the middle of the track, that's Partner in Crime for the early lead, knifing between horses into that first turn, and now off stride in that first turn was Bill of Fair, and around the turn they go. The early leader, Partner in Crime, on the outside, racing in second. Cinderella Shamblin holding the rail third to the quarter. Greased Lightning. They go into the quarter-mile pole on the front end with a quick move now to take that lead. That's Greased Lightning racing in second position into the quarter-mile. Goes Partner in Crime racing in third. The Postmaster racing fourth after 3/8 of a mile. Comes Cinderella Shamblin on the outside, fifth to the half-mile pole. Goes Royce Falcon. Sanders Almahurst is sixth. Racing in seventh to the backside, that's Be on the Lookout. Racing up to be eighth now as they go to the backstretch, Shy Away Highlander, and trailing the field to the three-quarters, Bill of Fair. On the front end, moving up to regain command, Partner in Crime, racing in second position along the rail. That's Greased Lightning. On the outside, racing third is Postmaster. In fourth position to the three-quarters, Royce Falcon, and around the turn, Partner in Crime leads. Partner in Crime is off stride now. Almost down there. Around the turn, horses going wide. The field has been involved here, turning four home. On the far outside, that's Royce Falcon now getting the lead. Postmaster racing second. Greased Lightning will have another go third. The leader is Royce Falcon. Greased Lightning down along the inside. Postmaster, that's Postmaster, Royce Falcon, and Greased Lightning.
Nearing the start. There they go. That's Dusky Bread away quickly for the lead. Travelon is there from the outside. Country Special drives for position. They race into that first turn, and Dusky Brett benefits from the inside, opening up a three-length lead. Travelon pacing in second. Country Special tucks in third, a gap of two. Uncle Murph in fourth. Racing in fifth to the quarter, that's Skipper's Charge. Whap in sixth. 2 lengths back to Lockport Ideal. Hoppenhell in eighth, and the trailer to the quarter is Strike Me Rich. They went by the quarter 28-1. That's Dusky Brett, Homer Hochstetler. They lead by 2 1/4. Travelon pacing in second. Country Special racing in third, 3 lengths back to Uncle Murph. Skipper's Charge racing in fifth. In sixth to the half, that's Whap, a big gap now to Strike Me Rich. Down along the inside, that's Lockport Ideal. Hoppenhell now trails. Approaching the half, and Dusky Brett takes him by the half, 58 seconds flat. Dusky Brett leads 3/4 of a length. Travelon now drives sharply from second. Country Special on the move third, a gap. Uncle Murph drops back. Skipper's Charge moves up. Whap racing in sixth. They racing to the three-quarters, and Travelon now up quickly to gain the lead, a length and a quarter. Country Special racing in second. Skipper's Charge moves up sharply third. Dusky Brett is finished down along the inside fourth. Uncle Murph moves up. Whap. They go by the three-quarters, 127-4. Around the turn, they're in the stretch. That's Travelon, 3/4 of a length. Country Special now moves up alongside to challenge second. Skipper's Charge is set to tip 3 wide for the drive. Down the stretch, Country Special now up to get the lead a length. Travelon retreating in second. Skipper's Charge racing in third. In fourth, Uncle Murph. To the outside, that's Whap. Final 16th of a mile. Country Special now opens up by 4. Skipper's Charge racing in second. Travelon third.
Fails on the turn. They're off. That's Penny Society for the early lead, driving up between horses. Millie's Baby on the outside, Barb's Bikini, and Barb's Bikini on the outside gets the lead, racing in second. Penny Society tucking in third, Millie's Baby racing in fourth to the quarter mile. That's High Award, Cruise to Victory is fifth. Racing in sixth position, Brett's Back. Randomar's Best is seventh, trailing the field at Dr. Walker, the quarter and a bruising 27 seconds. The leader is Barb's Bikini, a length. Penny Society is second, racing in third to the half-mile marker now. That's Millie's Baby. She drives from third along the rail. High Award is fourth on the outside, racing fifth to the half-mile. Cruise to Victory in sixth position. Brett's Back, the half-mile, 58 3/5. Barb's Bikini's had it all the way and still does, a length and a half. Racing in second position, Penny Society. Millie's Baby is third. Cruise to Victory struggling fourth. Racing in fifth, High Award. Brett's Back out there sixth. Racing in seventh to the corner. That's Randomar's Best. Dr. Walker is eighth, and around the turn, staying out there a length and a half, Barb's Bikini racing in second. Penny Society. It's Barb's Bikini by a length and three-quarters. Penny Society second. Millie's Baby is third in the lane. Barb's Bikini's under heavy urging. On the outside, closing ground second. That's Penny Society coming on third, Cruise to Victory. Barb's Bikini in front, Cruise to Victory second, Millie's Baby third. They're off. That's Whoopee Cloud between horses along the rail, coming away well wood chip past the chips. On the outside, Stormy Viking, and around the turn, Whoopee Cloud the leader. Stormy Viking moves up to be second. Racing in third to the quarter-mile pole goes Wood Chip in fourth. Is past the chips. They go off the quarter-mile, 28 and a tick. Whoopee Cloud ready to go, and there he goes right back after the lead. It's Whoopee Cloud to the front, racing in second position by the stands. That's Stormy Viking in third position. Wood Chip on the outside, fourth to the half-mile marker. Riotous Living racing on fifth at the rail past the chips. Charge Plate moves up sixth. Racing in seventh after a half is Virgil Scooter on the rail eighth. Lil Buddy Bob trailing the field now. That's High Ability. They went the half mile, 58 4/5. Into the three-quarters they wheel. Whoopee Cloud leads a length and a half down along the rail. Stormy Viking is second. On the outside, third as they go to the three-quarters. That's Riotous Living. It's Whoopee Cloud a length. Riotous Living second and next. Storm Cloud is third, racing in fourth as they turn for home along the rail. Comes Wood Chip. In the stretch, Whoopee Cloud leads, driving from second now. In the stretch is Stormy Viking. Whoopee Cloud on the inside. On the outside, that's Stormy Viking racing in third. Charge Plate, Whoopee Cloud, Storm Cloud, and Charge Plate. They're off. Along the inside, Indiana Miles for the early lead. Far outside, impressive step with Richard Lomont between horses on the wood. He'll be flashy and around the turn. The leader, Indiana Miles, on the outside. The challenger, second of the quarter mile. Impressive step. Tucking in third there, Richard Lomont. He'll be flashy fourth. Escort Best is fifth. Racing in sixth as they go to the quarter mile. That's Pipe Creek Rocky on the front stretch. Now getting the lead is Impressive Step. Racing in second as they go to the half-mile marker. That's Indiana Miles on the outside. Third to the half-mile post comes He'll Be Flashy, and Indiana Miles drives from second. They move in for the half-mile on the front end. The leader 3/4 of a length, Impressive Step. On the outside, Indiana Miles, the challenger second. Down along the rail third comes Richard Lomont moving up fourth. He'll Be Flashy in fifth position. Escort Best. 3 deep into the 3/4 goes Bakersfield Glen. They go to the 3/4 mile pole on the front end. The leader by a length is Indiana Miles. On the outside, He'll Be Flashy moves up to be second. Escort Best third. Bakersfield Glen comes on fourth. Pipe Creek Rocky is fifth. They turn for home. He'll Be Flashy now gets the lead. Indiana Miles is under urging second. The leader is He'll Be Flashy racing in second. Escort Best in third position between horses. That's TV's Flame. It's He'll Be Flashy, Escort Best, and TV's Flame. They're off. Along the inside for the early lead goes Special Ideal, driving up between horses. Bob Ken's Dream racing in third. Round the turn to the quarter mile. Goes into it. They settle down for the quarter. Bob Ken's Dream, the leader. Quickly up on the outside. Ashland Hanover to be second. Racing in third after a quarter mile. That Special Ideal. They went off the quarter mile post, 28 3/5, and now Ashland Hanover grabs the lead. Bob Ken's Dream is second, racing in third as they move into the club turn. That Special Ideal into it is fourth, and out of fourth, coming on fifth, Mystery General. Racing sixth as they go to the club turn was Sand the Floor. Trailing the field now, Mayola Hanover, the half, 58 and a tick. Over to the 3/4 they go. Ashland Hanover a length. Bob Ken's Dream a tight second. Hanging on the outside third. That's Into It down along the rail fourth to the 3/4 mile pole. Comes Special Ideal. Mystery General is fifth. They move into the 3/4 mile mark on the front end. The leader by a length is Ashland Hanover racing in second after 3/4 on the far outside. Mystery General down along the rail. Bob Ken's Dream in the lane. It's Ashland Hanover, the leader. Bob Ken's Dream is second. Mystery General out in the middle of the track. Third, Ashland Hanover's under a drive. Bob Ken's Dream racing second. Special Ideal closing third. Ashland Hanover, Special Ideal, and Bob Ken's Dream. Here are your probable late double prices. Coupling They're off. Down along the inside, Ranchero for the early lead, coming away in the middle of the racetrack. That's Wellwood Nero driving up to be third. Fox Valley Jackpot into that first turn. Wellwood Nero quickly into a 2-length advantage. Racing second to the quarter-mile juncture, Ranchero in third. That's Fox Valley Jackpot up on the outside. Ray Gay Skipper with an early move. They went off the quarter-mile, 29 3/5. That's Ray Gay Skipper on the outside getting the lead. Wellwood Nero is second. Ranchero Racing third. In fourth position, Fox Valley Jackpot. Sycamore's Kelly is fifth. Racing in sixth, the Bulk on the outside, seventh. Mighty Starred in eighth position to the half-mile juncture on the rail. Willie Wiggle, RB Prize at the end. They went off the half-mile pole. 59 seconds on the back stretch. The leader, Ray Gay Skipper. Ranchero's up to challenge second. It's Ray Gay Skipper, the leader. Ranchero out there second on along the rail, third to the three-quarters. Goes Wellwood Nero. Fox Valley Jackpot is fourth. Racing in fifth round the turn, Sycamore's Kelly. They turn for home on the front end. The leader by a length is Ray Gay Skipper on the outside. Ranchero Racing second. It's Ray Gay Skipper, the leader. Ranchero on the outside. Now Ranchero gets the lead. Ray Gay Skipper is second. Racing in third. Wellwood Nero with the Bulk. The leader is Ranchero Racing second. Ray Gay Skipper. The Bulk is third.